welcome along to the Media Day here for Top Tier's Capitalise show, which is taking place on March the 30th from the iconic York Hall in London. I'm now joined by a fighter who is fighting on that card, STEVI LEVY. Welcome to Top Tier. Your first time on a Top Tier show. How are you looking forward to it?
I'm so excited. I've heard such good things about Top Tier shows. I've been dying to get on one. And what better one than Mother's Day?
Exactly.
Brilliant.
And you are, you're 15 fights into your pro career now. So you're experienced, you've fought for titles, you've fought everywhere really. You've been away, home. Yeah. How do you feel about fighting on DAZN, but also from the York Hall?
Yeah, I've been on York Hall twice now, and it's definitely one of my favourites. So to fight there, like I say, on Mother's Day, being a mother, I've got such a good crowd coming along. I know the production's amazing. It makes such a big difference when you're on shows like this. So I'm so excited to show, I'm at the best I've ever been mentally, physically, with my new team. So this is I feel like this is going to be the best night of my life, boxing-wise. I've fought in Barcelona, I've fought in Poland, but I've got a feeling this is going to be a really, well, I know it is a special one.
Well, yeah, you mentioned the new team there. So you have changed your corner team and the gym you're training in. You're now with Jordan and Paul Gill.
Yes.
What has that been like, and why the change now?
I've had to travel all over the place, all different parts of the country, just to be able to get that pro training, because it weren't really about where I lived. And obviously I've got a son, so I'd do 5-hour round trips, which is more tiring than the training. I've had to stay away from him for weeks at a time, which is depressing really, and I'd be emotional all the time in the gym. Don't get me wrong, I've had some amazing trainers, but my mind was never completely there, because you're always feeling guilty about leaving your kid. Now, Jordan and Paul Gill, they're like my family. I couldn't ask for better people, and the fact that they're 15 minutes up the road from me, so I train at Box Cross and work there, I've just never been in a better position, and they believe in me so much, and I've always lacked the self-belief. So that, along with the fact that Jordan does my nutrition, my S&C, I'm physically the strongest I've been, the fittest I've been. Nutritionally, I've never been healthier, and mentally, I've never had as much self-belief as I've got now. Honestly, I could cry. I'm that grateful and lucky, and I just love them so much.
So you just get a sense of being settled now, and that's where you should be?
I've never felt settled, and obviously wherever I've gone, I've made myself feel at home. I've got attached to the people, but it's never really been home. It's always been away from home. I got to a point when I come home, I didn't feel at home, and not feeling at home in your own house is pretty depressing. Do you know what I mean? I am at home now, literally. So I honestly can't thank them enough, and it's just so exciting, and every day I'm happy, thanks to them. There's no guilt, no leaving my son. It's just perfect.
Has it given you more time to train as well, because you're doing less travelling and there's more of a structure in your days?
Yeah, well, I used to have to obviously travel, and most of the boxing would be at night, and by then you're already knackered. Now I have boxing every morning with Jordan. I have my S&C set out each night. I have my sprints each night, my recovery run. I do sprints on the air bike after work on a Saturday. I fit my work in between. I can nip home if I need to, do the school run, take my boy to football, train while he's at football, then get home for a decent time for tea and that. Just all fits absolutely perfectly. Don't get me wrong, it's hectic as fuck.
That's all right, you can do it.
But I wouldn't change it for the world. I just have more time with my son. I have more time to rest. Not enough, but more than I used to. And like I say, I'm spending less time in the car, and that was the hardest bit. Even the thing is, everything I'm going through with making weight, with the training, with the travelling, and being away from my son. Jordan Gill, he's been through it all himself. Obviously, David Train, my manager, he's a boxer, but he's a heavyweight, so he didn't have to do the making weight and stuff. Do you know what I mean? I'd be training with him to be eating a bacon sandwich while I'm training. He didn't know that's really hard to train when you got the smell of that. Little silly things like that make you emotional. But not dissing him, he's brilliant. He's still a manager and one of my best friends. But yeah, Jordan's been through it all. And he's the same size as me. It's awesome when we spar and stuff. It's just perfect. And his dad is basically, I feel like I've now got a dad, something I've never had. So I love him. That rhymed.
So then, obviously, this fight coming up on Mother's Day, presumably Morgan's going to be there? He
will, yeah. The last two fights I've had Morgan and Eve, my best mate Loza, the cuts woman, hand wrapper, gum shield maker, fucking top woman. One of my best friends, she's had her little girl walk out with me too, but as it's Mother's Day, she's going to have her little girl take her to the ring, and I've got to check with Johnny. And then it's just going to be just me and Morgan. Yeah, I've got the best ring walk again. I just can't wait. It's going to be so exciting. But yeah, just me and him walking to the ring this time, and then both the kids will be there still by the ring. So I won't want it any other way, to be honest. And the fact it's Mother's Day is just perfect, isn't it?
And this fight is a rematch, isn't it? You've fought before.
Yeah, so I fought back about 2.5 years ago, and it was a really competitive fight, but I did win. She then went on to beat someone really good, and I thought, cool, I look good now. Because that was my first southpaw as well. I hate them. I don't anymore, though. And then she won a title. I know she's lost a few, but she's always literally 100% game. She's tough as fuck. She'll be so much better now. I know I'm so much better now. And we chose a southpaw for a reason for my next fight. So I've had a whole camp training for a southpaw. And again, Jordan and Paul, first I'm like, I don't want a southpaw, I don't want a southpaw. They're like, this is brilliant, this is amazing. And the training we've done, now I think, God, I don't want an orthodox. I'm looking forward to a southpaw because I've fit my training all around it. So it's something new for me, again, really. But it's all part of building to get to the end goal, innit? So
yeah, because the purpose of this fight is to stay busy and almost get a bit of time in the ring with your new team before the big fights that are coming.
Yeah, like I've had one fight with them already, but that was like a bit of a I don't want to say shit show because the show wasn't shit, but like opponent pulling out, getting someone last minute. I had to go up in weight, which you'd think would be a boxer's dream, wouldn't you? Piling up the fucking carbs fight week. But when you've been watching the scales go down week after week after week, and then they go vroom fight week, it messes with your head. I didn't feel myself. And obviously the person in front of me was like 10 fucking stone. So to see what I can do against someone my weight, obviously I'm still going to be going down to weight for title fights. But this one, I'm going to feel amazing.
Can you say what the fights are that you've got coming up?
Yeah, if Johnny don't mind. GBM are doing a big show at Doncaster Football Ground, May 23rd. Terry Harper's headlining. So I'm fighting Ellie Helliwell. She's undefeated, about 7 fights, and she's a southpaw. It was meant to be for the English title, but I've just found out it's a Commonwealth eliminator. So what I'm thinking is, obviously I fought Tyson Gallagher for the British and Commonwealth, didn't I? Come short. She's fighting Ebony Jones, so I think I'm guaranteed the winner of that. Although if Tyson wins, I don't know if she'll vacate or whatever. I'm hoping the British and Commonwealth stay together because that's my fucking dream, is to get them. I know I can get them, and I don't it was in a rude way to Tyson, but I believe with my new team I could beat her if I have to as well. I feel like I fought her wrong, to be honest. So whoever's got them belts, I'll be mandatory as long as I get through these next 2 fights, which is fucking exciting, isn't it?
Do you feel like, having fought for the belts before, that you've learnt and that was almost needed in order to know what you needed to improve?
I believe
what you needed to
absolutely
change?
everything happens for a reason. Like I went and fought Granini, didn't I? I was former world champion after 4 pro fights in Barcelona. I went the whole 8 rounds with her, and not being rude to my coach at the time, but he stepped up because I had no one. But the only instructions I got was like, keep breathing, keep punching, and I shouldn't laugh, but that was how it was. Like I didn't have a game plan. I just literally went in there and I showed the whole world, because it was on DAZN, wasn't it, that I've got heart and I've got determination, and I'm a hard bastard because I never went down. But to now have the knowledge I've got and the skill I've got and the self-belief I've got and the team I've got, I literally feel unstoppable. And not in a big-headed, cocky way, but anyone I'm told to fight, if they say we can do it, I believe we can do it. And it's all about mindset, innit? So I think if them fights hadn't happened, I might have got chucked in the deeper end and come short. I think everything has happened exactly as it's meant to be. I always believe that. So,
well,
no
this
regrets.
show on the 30th, what can the fans expect from you? A new Stevie Levy?
Yeah, definitely. I showed a bit of it in my last fight, but this is going to be a competitive fight. I know Beck Ferguson's literally going to put her heart and soul into beating me. It will shoot her career up. So they're going to see me against someone that's coming to actually proper give it a go. They're going to see like my new skills, my new boxing brain that I've learned, my physique. I always get pretty ripped. I'm quite jammy. Well, I'm not jammy because I fucking work hard for it. But I always get ripped, but I'm in the shape of my absolute life. And I'll just be so happy. I'm always happy and excited, but I think walking out Mother's Day is going to be special. Anyone who knows my background, I think, gets quite close to me, so it'll be a bit emotional as well, but in a good way. Do you know what I mean? And like I say, the show's going to be shit. Oh, it's a top-tier show, isn't it? So they're just going to see that the best me fighter, the best me mentally, the best ring walk, the best crowd, the best atmosphere. It's going to be amazing. Honestly, I can't fucking wait.
It's going to be a great one. We're so glad to have you on the show. We can't wait. Do not miss it. It's taking place on March the 30th from York Hall, live on DAZN.